Hey guys, welcome to this video. 10 biggest mistakes spin and go players make. Objective of this video, cut through the noise and identify the critical leaks holding you back from consistent profitability. Core focus, this session provides actionable insights into high impact errors that plague the majority of the player pool. Outcome, learn how identifying these specific mistakes can lead to an immediate improvement in your decision making process and overall win rate. No fluff. We are focusing purely on high leverage strategic adjustments that transform your game from inconsistent to professional grade. We're not going to be looking at GTO charts, none of that fluff stuff that other coaches do. That's not what I'm into. My goal is to provide you with real, tangible, actionable advice that you can use in your actual game to help you improve and start winning some actual money. All right, let's get into it. Mistake number one, playing too tight. Why passivity is a losing strategy in high speed tournaments. The trap of waiting. Overvaluing premium hands is a fatal error in high speed tournament structures. The reality of blind structures. Spin and go blinds climb rapidly, causing your starting stack to diminish quickly. Cost of inaction. Waiting for the perfect hand results in bleeding your stack through forced blind payments. Strategic shift. Transition from a passive approach to a more aggressive, position aware strategy to mitigate blind attrition. This slide truly shows the number one mistake that players do playing too tight. Waiting for premium hands and spinning goes is like it's like trying to fish with no lure. You know what I mean? If you wait, most likely people are going to fold when you finally play a hand. You're losing too much money to the blinds. You really have to refocus your strategy on opening up your range a little bit. All right, let's move to mistake number two. Mistake number two, giving up too many pots. The myth of showdown value. Winning poker transcends simply holding the best hand at the end of the action. The power of non showdown winnings. Proactive players win pots without ever showing a card. Strategic aggression. Use position to exert pressure on opponents. Leverage board texture to effectively semi bluff. Recognize that your opponent range is often as weak as your own when the board is is uncoordinated. This is essentially continuing on mistake number one, waiting for premium hands. If the board is looking scary, especially in Texas Hold'em, this isn't Omaha. So you have to open up your bluffing range. Something like bottom or middle pair can become very valuable for value betting. People will call you down with like ace king high, ace queen high, and which means you have to open up your range because in spinning goes the blind structure and your starting stacks are so small and quick that you have to open up your range and stop giving up too many pots, which will essentially just bleed you to death. All right, let's go to mistake number three. Mistake number three, ignoring position. The impact of strategic positioning. Information asymmetry. Your place at the table determines how much data you have before making a commitment. Static strategy trap. Avoid applying a one size fits all approach. Your strategy must evolve based on your current seat or standing. Strategic leverage. Use your position to influence the flow of the conversation and dictate the terms of your engagement. Weaker players definitely avoid position. The button and small blinds and spinning goes are huge. You should be applying pressure to the big blind, which, as you guys know, in spinning goes, the big blind is huge to be stealing or to be min raising and then doing a continuation bet all three streets or one street, depending how the board looks, you know? All right, let's go mistake number four. Mistake number four, playing the cards instead of the opponent. The core misconception, treating poker as a mechanical game where the value of your whole cards dictates every decision. The strategic shift, Poker is a game of people. Your hand is only one piece of the puzzle. Key focus area. Behavioral analysis. Observe how opponents react under pressure. Tendency mapping. Identifying if opponent is playing tight, loose, aggressive, or passive. Exploitative play. Adjust your strategy based on specific weaknesses and patterns of the person sitting across from you. Way too many spin and go players only play their cards, which is a huge mistake. You have to be paying attention to your other two players. Is somebody shoving all in every hand, which is pretty common? If they do it like one, two, or three hands, they might actually be holding something. But if they're just shoving all in every single hand, then you're gonna have to take a stance and defend. Something like King Nine could easily have your opponent crushed. I've seen people shove all in with like seven deuce even. If people are playing passive, you have to take advantage of this by playing more aggressive and stealing the blinds. You really have to observe how your opponents are playing and adjust to them. Okay, let's go to mistake number 5. Missing easy chips. Cumulative value. Small uncontested pots are the lifeblood of a sustainable win rate. The cost of inaction. Neglecting low stakes opportunities leaves significant profit off the table. Strategic adjustments. Stop yielding uncontested pots. Capitalize on small openings to build your stack incrementally. Session impact. Consistent accumulation of dead chips adds up to a substantial difference over the long run. You guys should be contesting every single uncontested pot. No checking, no limping. You should be raising every single time. If you're going to enter the pot, be raising. Doesn't matter what your hand is. Aggression will win a ton of pots and spinning goes. Mistake number 6, being predictable. The predictability trap. If your opponents can easily read your actions, they possess a significant strategic advantage. Strategic obscurity. You must cultivate the playing style that hides the true strength of your hand or position. The goal of balance. Make it difficult for opponents to categorize your behavior, forcing them into a state of uncertainty. If you guys are just waiting for premium hands and spin and goes, it's going to be very easy for your opponents to play you because they're just going to fold to you whenever you raise. If you decide to just wait for premium hands, that's extremely easy to exploit. You have to open up your range. I'm not saying go all in with the worst hand. I'm saying start min raising, start 2x betting, things like that with a wider range so you're not becoming predictable. And when you finally do have a good hand, it'll actually be a lot more disguised and you could get paid off a lot more easily rather than just playing tight. All right, mistake number 7. Mistake number 7, letting one bad hand change your strategy. Avoid the tilt trap. Emotional reactions to negative outcomes often mask the difference between poor luck and a poor process. Statistical variance. Understand that even the most profitable strategies encounter streaks of bad results. Do not confuse temporary variance with systemic failure. Maintain strategic discipline. Do not abandon a proven methodology simply because of one negative result or a momentary setback. Think long term. Evaluate your performance over a significant time horizon to ensure decisions are based on sustained growth rather than short term fluctuations. This one is extremely important. The strategies I teach in my courses have long-term sustained profitability, which is proven. If you guys play my strategy or your own strategies and you lose one hand, let's say you finally get aces, you've been playing a bit more loose, it was disguised, somebody calls you with ace 7 and outflops you and you lose the hand. You should not go into tilt or change your strategy just because of one bad hand. All right, let's move on to mistake number 8. Not adjusting to weak players. The pitfall of predictability. Recreational players often adhere to rigid, exploitative patterns, maximizing profit. Failing to tailor your strategy to a specific habit leaves significant expected value on the table. Key adjustments. Identify player tendencies, calling stations over aggression, etc. Shift from balanced play to exploitative strategies. Punish predictable mistakes rather than playing against the books. This touches on the point before. You guys have to be playing against your opponent, not just your cards. That is extremely important in spin and goes. This is not a deep stack tournament where you can just wait for aces or kings and get paid off. Spin and goes are like hyper turbos where you have to play more aggressive, open up your range, and take advantage of weak players. All right, on to the next one. Mistake number 9, focusing on winning every hand. Why playing for long-term profitability beats short-term perfection? The myth of perception of attempting to win every pot is a strategic error that leads to erratic and emotional play. Shift your perspective. Success in poker is defined by the quality of your decisions, not the outcome of isolated events. The mathematical reality. Even the world's best players lose a significant percentage of hand. Focus on long-term profitability, consistency over luck. Emphasize making positive EV choices across thousands of tournaments to ensure sustained growth. All right, mistake number 10. Mistake number 10, playing without a clear system. The pitfall of intuition. Relying solely on instinct or static memorized charts without understanding the underlying logic is a major barrier to consistent performance. The value of a framework. Professional success requires a repeatable, logical framework that guides every decision, regardless of the situation. Key benefits of a system: consistency removes emotional variance from the decision making process. Scalability allows for the refinement of strategies based on objective data. Clarity provides a why behind every move, enabling faster adaptation to changing conditions. If you guys are playing poker without a system, I guarantee you guys will be losing poker players. And that is why the last slide, final thoughts. Want a complete strategy? Go beyond the basic. These 10 points represent the foundation of a winning mindset. Master the framework. Access the full strategic architecture in our Udemy course. Understand the why. Learn the underlying reasoning behind every move. Real world application. Apply these tactics directly to your games for immediate improvement. Stop guessing. Replace trial and error with a proven, structured plan. The link is in the description for you guys for my Udemy course for Spin and Go Poker. This video clearly outlined the 10 mistakes you guys are making. My video focuses on a winning strategy in Spin and Go Poker with proven profitability over years of experience. No, and let me tell you about the course. There's no GTO charts to memorize, nothing like that. It is very simple and profitable strategy, which you guys will realize as soon as you guys do the course, and you can start applying it immediately. You don't have to memorize GTO charts, nothing like that. It's very easy to start using this strategy. So come check it out. Check out the reviews, everything like that. This is an amazing Spin and Go course on Udemy. The link is in the description. Have a good day, guys.